Alright, so we're putting on the Yikatoo exhaust on the 6.0 powerstroke, 4-inch kit. All the piping somewhat laid out, all the clamps. We will have 2 smaller clamps that go on the downpipe, so 3.5 inch. We got everything up there. Alright, let's start cutting out this exhaust. So this was already straight piped. So we're gonna make 3 cuts. One right there in front of the axle, the rear axle. One right in front of where the catalytic converter used to be, and then one closer up at the downpipe to be able to get the downpipe down. If yours has all the muffler and catalytic converter, you may have a little bit different to do. Alright, so we got the downpipe and the exhaust out. It came out pretty easy. Pretty much right when it starts to curve. As it's coming down. And it came out pretty simple. You loosen the hand clamp with a 11mm. Like I said, and then we cut the main section all the way out. And then the rear section kind of right after where the muffler would be and the tip. Since it was already straight piped, it came out pretty simply. Like I said, 3 cuts and everything came out. So it does come with, I wouldn't call them instructions, I would call more of a visual helper. So it kind of shows you how everything works, how the clamps work. And then, so as you come off the downpipe, there's the smaller 3.5 inch clamp, which you will have a couple smaller ones. If you're going to use the original catalytic converter, which we aren't, it does come with a pipe for it. And then you kind of just go along and put it up there loosely. You know, I suggest you start at the front and then get everything in and start adjusting it as you go back. And when everything seems good, tighten everything down. So we did get everything up in. The pipe seems good quality. I like the clamps. I will say the one thing that can be very frustrating with this kit is the way that the hangers go onto the clamps, and trying to get the hangers to line up perfectly and get everything just right so it clears everything. Definitely it is kind of close up to the cross member. One thing I would suggest is if you have a welder and a cutter, just maybe cut these tabs off and weld the stock ones back on, so that way kind of just follow where it goes. That's the one thing though that I would have to say is kind of a pain with this kit, is the way that the hangers go onto the clamps. But the clamps work well. The pipe was, you know, good quality. No real complaints there. I feel like you definitely get a good value with this kit. And we'll go ahead and we'll get a startup of it.